Here is the Bismarck. As you can see, I have 508,000 Elite XP. It is a ship that I pretty much have played the most throughout World of Warships. And when I first started the game, I really ground through the German battleship line to be able to get the Bismarck. And I was a little bit disappointed once I got the Bismarck to find out that all of my shells, many of my shells were ricocheting off of battleships. I wasn't really getting the performance that I thought I should be getting. So now with the spring 2021 update, the Bismarck is new and improved. The main battery has increased accuracy by 3%. Guaranteed ricochet angle goes from 60 degrees to 65 degrees. And the AP penetration has been increased by 4%. All in all, it should make a little bit of a difference anyway. So before we go into battle, I thought I would go over how I have the ship set up. You can see that my commander is Franz von Hipper. His base trait is elbow room. It increases the secondary battery range and improves its shell grouping. As for inspirations, I have Andrew Cunningham. For concentrated devastation, it increases the shell grouping of your battleship's main guns. The second inspiration is Reinhard Scheer, fire alarm, and it decreases the chance to catch fire and reduce the reload time of the damage control party. And this is important because the Bismarck is particularly prone to catching fire, as is the rest of the German battleships. And there's also a configuration in the Bismarck itself that I've set up to try to help this out. As for the skills, the first skill is Flammable Cannoneer. It increases the main battery range and shell grouping for your battleships, but it increases the chances of catching fire for any ship type. So again, this is partly why I have Scheer selected as an inspiration. The second skill is Gyrating Drill Bits. It increases the main battery traverse speed and AP shell damage. The third skill is Marksmanship, which increases the main battery shell grouping again for any ship type. The fourth skill I've selected is Properly Meticulous to try to help out with the secondaries, since I don't really have a true secondary build. This is my attempt to balance secondaries with main battery accuracy. If I wanted to get even more range, I would select Reaching Out. The legendary skill I've selected is Will to Rebuild. It increases the HP generation rate of the repair party when it's active. And I have him ranked up to Legendary 3, which was mostly to increase the base trait of range of the secondary guns and shell grouping of the secondary battery as much as possible. First upgrade is Aiming Systems Mod 1. Second upgrade is Damage Control System Mod 2, and this is one of the selections I have to help out with the catching fire and repair parties. Third upgrade is Target Acquisition System Mod 1. Fourth upgrade is Secondary Battery Mod 3. And then I have the rest of the default upgrades here for Targeting Systems Type 7 Mod 2, which increases the firing range of the main battery. I got the Bismarck hull, which increases the hit points up to 69,200. And I have the engine upgrade, which increases the horsepower up to 163,000 horsepower, and it gives a maximum speed of 28.7 knots. As far as the loadout, you do want to make sure that you select the enhanced secondary targeting here on the third consumable. And for the time being, I'm running the Epic Battle Booster to really increase the range of the main guns, though it does maximize the movement speed and the reload time of all consumables. I created a Type 1 premium permanent camouflage for the Bismarck. I kind of like the way it looked, and it's a grade 4. It's maxed out. So as far as the stats go, the artillery goes out to the range is 19.3 kilometers. Reload time is 26 seconds, which is pretty good for a battleship. The shell damage for HE shells is 4,400 with a set fire chance of 34%, which is pretty good. And the AP shell damage is 12,760, which is pretty good. And you can see the secondary armament firing range is 8.9 kilometers. Maximum speed is 28.7 knots. Turning circle radius is 850 meters. Rudder shift time is 17.6 seconds. Concealment is 14.7 kilometers by sea. And as far as the overview, it is ironclad, above average armor thickness, greater resistance to all forms of armor penetration, above average secondary battery range, and superior AP damage. So when I first got the ship, I was really expecting big things, and I wasn't really getting it. So it will be very interesting to see how the new and improved Bismarck with the upgrades is going to make a difference here. By the start of World War II, Bismarck was one of the mightiest battleships in the world owing to her advanced gun fire control system and powerful artillery. Her rugged construction, elaborate subdivision into compartments, and extensive armor ensured a high level of endurance. It entered service in 1940, and there were 2 ships in the series. The other ship, of course, is the Tirpitz with torpedoes. So there you have it. That's how you have the Bismarck and its commander set up. Let's see how much these improvements help out its performance. Okay, so we're in the new and improved Bismarck. After getting the Bismarck, I was kind of disappointed to find that I was getting a lot of ricochets off of mainly battleships at distance, and I would average like 50 to 70k damage during my battles, and basically I stopped sort of using it as my main go-to ship because it wasn't really doing what I expected it to do. So now we're going to see if there's been any kind of significant improvement to the Bismarck. I will say that this is my second battle in standard with it. The first battle I got 127k, so I don't know if that was a fluke or not. So we're going to go again and see what we can do. So as you can see, I'm kind of targeting a King George here. I kind of went broadside to the ships, and in general, even though I know you're not supposed to do it, there's a big danger in getting citadel by doing that. In general, I found that a lot of the ships are concentrating on other ships, and while I do get caught out by doing this on occasion, for the most part, I seem to do okay. It's something that you don't want to really do all the time, but I've actually found that the accuracy of the guns is far greater when you're going broadside than when you're going nose on or stern on. I'm not sure why that is, but it just seems, for me anyway, that broadside is much more accurate. So here I'm targeting the Otago. I've got 40,000 damage already, so the match is starting out pretty well. And he doesn't really seem to be altering his course much, so I'm just going to keep hammering away at him. There I took 16,000 more damage off of him, which is pretty good. And already you can kind of see that the shells are generating much more damage than I believe they had in the past. So we're just going to see what kind of damage we can inflict here on the opposition. And luckily a lot of these ships really are going broadside for me, so we're just going to see what we can do here. Took a shot at the Ganesh now there. See, I got four hits. I'm up to 67,000 already. 4 minutes in, which is pretty good. I can't complain about that. That's about up there with what my average used to be before the update, so all in all, it is looking pretty good. I'm slowing down here to try to catch the Ganesh now should he come out from the other side of that island. Kind of scanning around to look for other targets. There's a Vladivostok there, which looks like he's not doing much, so I'm going to take a shot at him. See what happens. He's kind of drifting a little bit into the rounds. Not really enough, though. I do get at least one hit.
Concentrate fire on the designated target. Roger.
To get a ricochet, though, so it doesn't really remove all the ricochets. So now the Vladivostok is starting to move backward. You can see I'm aiming on his stern, and that's basically a standard place to aim when you see a ship backing up. They're not really going fast enough to really lead much more than that. And he is kind of turning to reduce his broadside to me, but I'm not even really sure he's aware of me, actually. But let's see if I get a kill. He's really at the end of his life. Nope. No kills. And I am close to running into this island here, which seems to be a problem a lot. So this New Orleans is up here in front of me, and I'm going to swing around and try to take him out. Nope. Still up to 70,000 damage. There's the Ganesh now over there, still behind that island. Maybe he saw the Bismarck and read about all the updates or heard about all the updates to the Bismarck and doesn't want to come out and take a chance. Guess I don't blame him. So we're just looking around for any targets of opportunity. We're going to try to capture C, get some more XP. And you can see the Siegfried over here is looking kind of vulnerable, so we're going to take some shots here. 2.5 marks ought to do it. And we're going to see what that does. Ooh, 2 Citadel hits. Awesome. Up to 99,000 damage already. Another Citadel hit and a kill. 117,000 damage. These updates seem to be working out pretty darn good. Bismarck could be the ship that I hoped it was. The Ganesh now looks a little bit vulnerable. As you can see, you know, I was nose on, and I know he was turning away from me, but it just really seems like, for whatever reason, I don't seem to get the accuracy that I would expect out of a nose-on shot compared to a broadside shot. But then the Ganesh now is broadside to me now, so maybe that has something to do with it as well. You see these torpedoes are coming at me. They're not really a danger. Ganesh now launch those torpedoes, it seems.
Torpedoes to fire on the enemy warship.
Just a couple more. These look like they're getting a little bit closer, but I think I'll be out of the way of them by the time they get over there. Yep. But I am looking to take out this guinea snow, actually. So we're just going to come around here and try to aim down at the water. I know he's angling up on me, so now I have my broadside to him, which isn't ideal, but he doesn't really seem to be taking advantage of it. He's pointing his guns away from me, which is good. That's great, actually. And he's turning his broadside to me right as I'm getting reloaded here, that is just perfect. So there you go. I get another kill. Awesome. But he does launch these torpedoes, and I'm not really moving that fast. So these look like they're going to do some damage. Only one gets me. Under the circumstances, that's pretty good. Up to 155,000 damage already. That's pretty good. You can see the Richie Lou. I think it was a Richie Lou that kind of missed.
Problem solved, sir.
Maybe it was that destroyer behind me. Ex-destroyer behind me just got killed. But I'm going to come around on this island and try to see if we can take out that Richie Lou.
Nice work. Many thanks. Roger. Nice work.
See, I'm communicating with the rest of the team.
All stations requesting
This
fire
Richie
on the
Lou
designated
looks
target.
like a pretty easy target here. You can see that 18.7 kilometers away, and I don't really hit him with much. I let him too far behind the stern. So in 6 seconds, hopefully I can get another shot on him. Should think that this would do it. Should get something there. That looked like a really good shot. And it was not. Completely missed on everything. Guess I had a ricochet there. This Richie Lou is basically getting completely hammered. He's on fire. He's gone. 451,000 credits, 157,000 damage. First place overall. Pretty good result for standard. I made 301 credits after all the charges were complete there. So the upgrade worked out really well. And I can't complain about anything. I think I'm going to be using the Bismarck a lot more than I had been. This is the Jaguar. I'll see you on the high seas. Thanks for watching. Hit subscribe if you like it.